You don't need to wait for the holidays to share a perfect beer pairing with friends and family. This can be done throughout the year for any reason or no reason whatsoever. But when holiday party season begins, it's good to have a plan that is light, delicious, and deeply satisfying. For me, the combination of beer, cheese, and charcuterie is the perfect pairing for an appetizer or as the main event. So instead of serving a single dish, why not serve an experience by pairing beer, meat, and cheese together? Make the holidays about pairing and sharing. I'll show you how. I'm Jeremy Storton. I'm an Advanced Cicerone and the host of the Good Beer Matters podcast. I've partnered with Brewery DB to bring you A Taste of BrewKnowledge. A Taste of BrewKnowledge is a series of videos to help you cook with and pair great beer with excellent food. In this video, we're going to pair craft beer with great cheese and charcuterie. And make sure you've seen our video on the pairing ABCs because those principles are extremely valuable, especially when pairing beer, meat, and cheese. A German Kolsch with Spanish goat cheese and Spanish chorizo. Fresh Spanish goat cheese has a tangy, earthy, and creamy quality that contrasts really well with this light yet balanced beer. Spanish chorizo has a light spiciness reminiscent of pepperoni, but it has a deeper, fatty, and savory flavor to it. A German Kolsch has enough body and flavor impact to match, but it fills in the voids with a light bready and honey sweetness, light fruity esters, and a subtle hop flavor and bitterness. A pale ale with aged cheddar and mortadella. Aged cheddar is often sharp and earthy, but can start adding flavors like butterscotch to the mix. Mortadella is that large Italian fatty pork sausage with black pepper and pistachios. We've all seen it at the store, and if you haven't already, it's time to try it. An American Pale Ale complements the two with caramel and dark bready flavors, but also contrasts by adding flavors of grapefruit zest and fresh pine. An Imperial IPA with Gouda and Salame Ungherese. Dutch Gouda can be anywhere from mild and creamy sweet to sharper, buttery, and even nutty. Think of Salame Ungherese as fancy smoked bologna, but this bologna isn't for kids. The rich, savory, and fatty meat adds a smoky depth that begs for the right beer. Both the meat and the cheese combine to form a big savory and fatty flavor. It needs a big beer like an Imperial IPA to bring some balance. The meat and the cheese will smooth out any rough edges the IPA has, and conversely, the IPA will clean the palate after contrasting with tropical and citrus fruit as well as bitterness. A cream stout with Italian buffalo cheese and pastrami. Italian buffalo cheese is much like mozzarella. It's a creamy and neutral cheese that serves as a foundation for any flavor. But the good stuff has notes of grass and is slightly gamey. A cream stout is a stout that has milk sugar in it to help soften the roasty and the bitter edges. The creaminess of the cheese and the beer combine with the roast to form a cappuccino-like flavor. This takes that sweet and savory meat and places it on a pedestal. And for dessert, a Belgian quad with aged manchego, dried fruits, and nuts. A Belgian quad is dark, strong, and full of complex, rich malty flavors like dark dried fruits. This beer matches perfectly with a board of nutty Spanish manchego, dried fruits like Turkish apricots, dates, and sour cherries, as well as sweet nuts like macadamias, pistachios, and Marcona almonds. Pairing meat and cheese with beer doesn't have to be complicated or intimidating. I started by taking a few different meats and cheeses and trying them with a few different beers. Try it for yourself and trust your palate. And believe me, doing the work to find the great pairings, that's the best part. So the next time you go to a party, pass on the appetizer and show up with a beer-paired experience instead. And just remember, there's a world of craft and culture found in every beer. Your glass awaits.